Hello everyone. Today's live stream will be soloing Crypt Dungeons with the Blood Moon staff and some other weapons. I'm just going to test the Stalker Jacket's build to see what weapons can take advantage of the Stalker Jacket and what weapons can just not do dungeons without a Stalker. Right, 1 second. Let me quickly post the link and we'll get back to doing dungeons. I also got a really new mic, so this stream might sound better than my previous streams so far. 1 second. Just have to pull up chat and we'll be on our way. Okay, let's go. I'll put it here. I'm just looking for a place to put my phone. That's where my chat is. Okay, I think it will work here. Oh yeah, that should be good. Let's go. What's that?
Local goods. Made a profit?
Calming potions too. Very
What's the
important.
trade?
Oh, they're kind of expensive. Think someone just bought them out.
My pleasure.
Alright, let's go. Wait, let me get some background music for you guys. There we go. Let me know if it's too quiet or too loud in the comments. I got a new mic, so the audio situation is going to be a little scuffed for a while, I think. Wait, I accidentally muted the mic. Sorry. So this is the build I'm going to be using. The Stalker Jacket speedrun build with Blood Moon staff. I heard the Prowling staff got nerfed to the ground. People are still using it. I mean, that's just a tier 3 though. Okay, let's go. We're almost there. First things first, check your food buff and keep going. That went about how do you expect it to go? Is it better than Shadowcaller? No, it's not, because it cannot use a Crypt Candle, which directly nerfs the Stalker Jacket, which makes it slower. But it is still a viable build. It's cheaper than Shadowcaller because you don't have to buy a Crypt Candle. So this might have a different application than Shadowcaller. It's definitely not as good in any way compared to Shadowcaller. We have the big spells on cooldown here. Should be fine though, for this pull at least. Yeah, it's going well. Can't kill some of the bosses. That's normal. Some bosses are just not killable. It's not like I can kill every boss. We'll skip those two for now. Can I one-shot this? No, I can't. Well, I should tell you guys that I'm not maximum spec on this tree. I don't have any spec on other weapons than Blood Moon here. So you can make this a lot stronger if you invest some more spec on it. This might be tough if I get hit by even one AoE. It's really fun to play though. It's a lot more fun to play than Shadowcaller is. Might not be as effective. If you guys have any build suggestions or video ideas in general, I'm open to them. We'll see what to do in the future. Haven't used any shape-shifting weapons, but they look cool. Yes, they are very cool. Might be one of the best weapon classes in the game altogether. Very cool to play, but really hard to get the balance right on these weapons, so they are usually nerfed in every patch. Yeah, 50k is not bad. We are still in the first floor, so assuming we get like 3 more floors, that's 200k. Just in blue chests though. Very likely we'd get a purple at the end. So I think we can just skip this, right? Yeah. So if you don't aggro mobs, you can skip as many as you want without locking the chest. Let's see how long that took. 5 minutes to clear a floor, including a boss. Really not bad. 5 minutes per floor. And that's including a boss too. So rooms like this where you can just walk past mobs, do that. Because no matter how fast you are at killing mobs, if you can outright skip them, you'll be a lot faster. Can you suggest me something I should focus on, getting guild islands or premium first? Premium. Islands are not good for new players. Your first focus should always be premium, and after getting premium, you should get into crafting. That should be the natural progression of your character. That boss is really not worth the effort, I'll be honest. Okay, let's just kill these two. This book demon is unreasonably hard. So hard. Okay. Let's take a break. It would be really bad if we go out of invis there because that's a aggro range. Ah, I'm dead here. Yeah, I'm dead. Ash, I'm prepared for a repair bill. Yeah. What's your IP right now? It's not that high because I'm not using a shadow color. It might not be too high. This is just a test build. I will check as soon as I can do that. I think I'll just skip this floor. Usually there's not more than 1 or 2 chests per floor, and this floor is way too much work. All of the witches. So IP is around 1600, which is what you want for soloing group dungeons. But the staff only has 1700 IP. I'd like an 1800 IP staff personally. Nothing there. And yeah, see, the floor is completely empty except for a green chest. You can just tell sometimes when the floors are empty, so you can just walk past. You have a max level shadow color in 1 week. Bro, that's impressive. What do you mean max shadow color? Like in terms of awakening? Or specs? What are you talking about? I think you're talking about awakened weapons. Oh, you watched some of the cooking videos. Nice. They're very good for silver farming. So, if your character can make tier 8 food, just make that. There's really no reason for you to go down in quality or tier, because the higher tier your food is, the more profit you make. It's just not tier based, it's more on the amount of volume that moves in the market for that particular food. So I think beef stews are the best ones to make. Really nice and expensive food, sells a lot, really good to craft. You can go with the tier 6 ones if you are new and you don't have the spec to make tier 8, but if you can make tier 8, go with that. It's annoying when SPI changed the repair scroll to non-shadable. I really don't know about that. Is it still possible to solo statics? Yes, I think so. With the Hellion, really easy. But with the Stalker, I haven't tested it yet. I will test it later. Can we clear tier 4 group dungeons with 1400 IP? I really do not know. I don't remember what gear gets you 1400 IP, so I can't tell. But probably even if you can do them, do not do them with cheap sets because it will just take way too long. Will not be worth it. How to kill the purple chest Morgana guy? Well, if you're talking about this one, you'll find out in 2 minutes. Keep cooking tier 8. Thank you so much. Never mind. Okay. So for fighting this boss, you have 2 options. One is to just face tank the auto attacks. The second is to use dodge roll on your boots and try to block some of the auto attacks, because the auto attacks hit like a truck. So I'll try going the straight up route first. If it doesn't work, I have to switch over to dodge roll, obviously. See, bosses that hit like this should not be able to regen health. I don't know if that's a hot take here in SPI, but seriously, why? Why do you give a boss like this health regeneration? Well, it's not even some cheap health regen, it's really strong too. I'll read the chat after finishing the boss. Don't want to get killed because I'm reading chat. Happened to me a few times. Should be able to kill him though. Doesn't seem hard. Oh, he dragged me into the explosion. Look at that. That is so stupid. Okay, there we go. So let's catch up on chat. With tier 6.3 build Shadow Caller for tier 4 troop. So 1400 IP with 6.3. It might be possible depending on your spec with 6.3, but I really don't recommend you do it. It will be way too slow. If you already have the 6.3 build, you can just try it out for yourself though. When the repair scroll is available in market, I'm not worried about the repair bill, even if my gear gets red. 200k, not bad. Should be 300 though for a purple chest, but the west server is a little bad. And you'll see more Gucci 8.4 in yellow. It makes yellow sound more interesting. Wait 1 second. These crossbows always make everything so annoying. The dash on Blood Moon might be one of my favorite spells in the entire game. It's so fun to use. Doesn't do anything special too, it's just dash. Really cool. Okay, that's it. The only good thing in this update is the fact that unlocked all spells on tier 4. Yeah, I really like that change. I always found it weird that you cannot use a weapon spell based on its tier. But now you can use even every single spell on a tier 4 weapon. That's really nice. It's also really good that you can awaken a tier 4.4 weapon and get every spell to you. I skip this spell because don't have to kill them. There's nothing behind them. So this pull might be a little difficult for this build. I don't want the third witch in the fight, so I'll just wait. Oh, why do you have to patrol here? Come on. Okay. No choice now. I will just die, I guess. Holy shit. Bro, when you're not playing Shadow Caller, you can really feel these mobs shredding your health. But when you play Shadow Caller, it's just so smooth. See, these are the changes that you have to make based on the build. You can clear the dungeon, obviously, but 2 smaller pulls. So in this case, I have to kill these 2 guys first. These 3 next. If the witch comes all the way here, I can do that pull too. Just 3 witches in single pull is bad. They do so much damage. Shadow Edge and Dagger will shock. Yeah, it's really huge. In every weapon, there's some spells that are good, but they're just locked behind a tier 6 weapon. I used to have this problem playing, what's that thing called? Fast Staff and Bow in Corrupted Dungeons. I had to use tier 6 weapons just for the later spells. Play Shadow Color, I got 8.3 yesterday. Oh, you got an 8.3 Shadow Color, nice. Okay. I really do not learn my lesson every time. I would not do this on the EU server though. I'm just messing around here. Is 8.4 Shadow Color worth it? Yeah, definitely. We'll finish this dungeon and move on to Shadow Color, because this is just insufferable, this weapon. It's cool to play around, but it's just not efficient. Especially because I got really spoiled by playing Shadow Color. These things just do not compare, right? So if you can get the pull small enough, it's really nice. What's the best attribute for Shadow Color? Or if you're talking about Awakening, you want Lifesteal first, and after getting Lifesteal, go for ability damage. And the third slot is flexible. You can use either Mob Fame if you want more fame, or IP. Should jump back. Yeah, there we go. Have lifesteal, ability damage, and max health. Max health is a bit weird, but the third slot really does not matter. You can use whatever you want. Oh, these skills are blind. You can skip the whole floor like this. Oh, it's this boss. Oh no, wait. It can either be Morgana Fang or Morgana Raven. Raven is easy. Fang is not very easy. Wait, I mixed them up. So Fang is the easy one. Raven is the auto attack spam boss that's impossible to kill. My bad. You're on 5.4. 5.4 is good. That's what I use on EU. For Awakening, 5.4 is the best one. 4.4 is a little cheaper, making it, a budget option, but go with 5.4. It's pretty good. Oh, it's Raven. Raven's not killable. Let's just leave. We got 200k. I think that's another 300k, so 500k dungeon overall. What's the active player count now? I have no idea. How would I know that? Okay, let's go back and get the Shadow Collar. A Blood Moon Staff's pathetic. It's not good enough. Maybe if I get more spec, but as it is now, it's bad. Oh, you kill Raven, right? Raven is really easy if you Use mercenary jacket with shadow collar. I should have just remembered where the dungeon was. Wait, let me see where the dungeon is and I'll just teleport back. I'll get my shadow collar to kill the raven. Or should I do it really? Let's not bother with it. $6,800 a day. I think it's more like 68,000 a day. Bring druid and merc as a swap. Yeah, that's pretty good. Druid jacket, druid staff and mercenary jacket is the best build for killing bosses. I don't think there's any boss that you can't kill with that. Okay, let's go with an actual build now instead of testing. Where's it? Oh, there. And the crypt candle. That's it, right? Get an extra potion. Loot. Got 300k that dungeon. Not bad. We even skipped the purple chest. Should I awaken druidic staff? No, do not awaken druidic staff. If you awaken druid staff, do the ability damage and what's the other thing called? Heal received or healing cast. One of those two. I don't think you even need to awaken druidic staff though, it's already so strong. See, that's the thing with most of these weapons. They don't need the awakening. Why is this not repaired? Oh wait, this is from a different time. Why you didn't awaken 8.4 shadow color for fame example? Why would I? Awakening tier 8 weapons is not, how do I say this, not just possible. If you max out an awakened weapon tier 8, it will take billions of silver and fame, and all of it should come from a red zone or a black zone. So it's just not practical. Takes too long to kill bosses without awakening druid staff. I mean, yeah, you should just suck it up at that point. You can awaken it if you have the budget for it, but if your only problem is that it takes slightly longer, I think you should just deal with it. Now this is a real weapon. Is it possible to do tier 6 dungeon solo? It is possible with gear, but I don't know why you'd do it. It should be possible. If I did this full on Blood Moon, I'd be roasted. I can skip those two. One of the best built for group dungeons. It's not one of the best, it is the best. There's nothing better. Blood Moon is better for bosses. It's not. If Blood Moon was one-handed, it would be, but since it's not better. I have been playing Blood Moon since it was in beta testing. I know how that weapon works. Blood Moon should receive bonus speed, like movement speed. That would be busted. It's already way too strong in PvP. They won't let you do that. Blood Moon Staff is so strong in PvP, but PvE it just does not work. See, that's just how any weapon goes in this game. If it's really good in one aspect, it won't be as good for another aspect, because as specialized as you are in one thing, you will not be able to do other things just as well. If you are able to do it like that, there's really no point in any other weapon existing, right? So they won't make a weapon that can do everything well. Now we can do this spell without cooldowns because we have the cooldown of interrupt on the thing. Let's come here already. Not doing that. Should not fight him in the buff circle, maybe. You know what? Screw it. Come here. Oh, it died. I was about to use the spell on both of them at once, but it just died. Fame buff. Nice. You can dodge Blood Moon users with Wanderlust or Bow. But yeah, Blood Moon doesn't have any great mobility. It has a dash, but it's not unconditional. It needs a target, right? For example, daggers have a dash that doesn't have any condition. You can just dash to wherever you want. If Blood Moon's dash worked like that, it would be one of the best weapons in the game entirely. Too strong. 1 second, I'll read the chat after this. Getting kind of low. Send a friend request. What server are you sending this request on? If it's on Asia, I'm just not even playing there. I love Shadow Color so much. I realize it more and more after I play other weapons. So good in comparison to everything. I was waiting for them to do this attack, so I did not use the beam earlier, but they just did not do it. Oh, and I did not have food buff all this time. Roast pork. That's why I got really low. So good. What's that at home? Nah. These are all just trash mobs. Yeah, I don't have to kill this, but I'll just do it for no reason. Okay, now this pull is a little harder. I don't think I'll need my spells in 10 seconds, so I'm just doing it now. But you should wait for cooldowns when you're doing pulls. There we go. Nice and easy. It's just a single boss. Thought it would be a double boss blue chest. I see, so satisfying. Yeah, shadow color is really nice. It's just, the entire build is so satisfying to play. Every item in this build has a really satisfying aspect to it. Like the sound effect on cultist sandals, stalker jackets just melting everything. And when you interrupt a really annoying spell with the Avalon helmet, there's so many things in this build that are just so satisfying to hit. What's it, 10k? Oh, 30k, that's really good for green chest. I won't complain about that. We're already at 90,000. We got 300,000 from the first dungeon, in which we actually skipped the final chest. That was a purple too. What's a good solo dungeon weapon? I'm trying to run some in Black Zone. So if you're trying to run solo dungeons, your weapons and builds really do not matter, because no matter what you use, you'll be able to clear the dungeons easily. And if you want a good one, that would be light crossbow. Really good. Light crossbow is good, and nature staffs are also really good. I'm saying silver for 7.3 shadow color. Do you think if I have like 1400 average item power, 1400 might be a little bit too low after the regeneration patch? Now the last boss is Arthos. That boss is very, very annoying. I don't think I can kill him. I don't think there's many solo builds that can kill him. Maybe one-handed dagger, but Other than that, there's no other build that can kill Arthos or Athos. It's called different things based on what dungeon you're running to. It's the same boss. So weird. How far can you get with 8.3 Shadow Color build? Okay, so 8.3 Shadow Color build is more than enough for group dungeons. 8.4 is just a luxury item for Shadow Color anyway. 8.3 will work just fine. Sometimes he auto attacks really fast and sometimes he doesn't. What are you talking about? Is Blood Moon Staff better than Shadow Color right now? It's not. It's not even close. The boss. Oh, Arthos, yeah. That guy's so inconsistent too. Feels like fighting a Elden Ring boss more than Albion boss. So annoying. So let's just verify that it is Arthos because they have been changing the tile sets. If it is, we'll just leave. Yep, this guy. If you see him in the dungeon, just skip. It's not worth it. It's a blue chest. And the boss is stupid hard. How much item power do you think is enough? Just for 4.1 group dungeons. Any group dungeons in general, you need 7.3 at least for tier 4 and 8.3 for tier 5. And that is with 100 specs. Group dungeons are not content meant for beginners. That is if you want to solo them. If you have a group, it really does not matter. But if you're solo and if you want to clear group dungeons, you need proper investment into it because this content is not meant for solo players, right? You're basically brute forcing your way through content that's meant for 5-6 people to be done at the same time. So you need really high requirements to do it. I think I have some points. Oh, that's on EU. I have like 150,000 points on EU. I don't know what to buy with them. I did not get downed. This dungeon was really bad. The first one was pretty good, 300,000 with skipping a boss, but the second one, so bad. Let's go. Oh. Right. Which is better, solo tier 8 dungeons or soloing tier 5 group dungeons? Well, it depends day to day, but group dungeons are more consistent. Solo dungeons have been very bad recently, so you can just test it out for yourself. The red solo dungeons are a lot easier. Yeah, they are a lot easier. You can also get lucky drops sometimes because it's a tier 8 dungeon. But in general, solo dungeons have been very bad for a long time, so you have to test it. It's really good to fight on these chokeholds for these mobs. We'll skip the green chest. Really don't care. Don't care about those guys either. See, I just knew the floor is going to be empty. There's really no logic for this. You'll just know when sometimes the floors are going to be empty. What? They interrupted the Q spell. This is going to be tough. Oh. I messed up there. Probably for the better. Skipping the green chest. Normally skip the room here, but I did not want to take the risk with low health. It's better to fight mobs than just walking through them while fighting with Shadow Color, because you get a lot of lifesteal out of hitting them. But if you just walk through them, they can hit you for free, costing your health. Wouldn't you skip dungeon and only clear good chest / floors? I actually never tried that. I have to do it sometime. I can do it for the next dungeon. Use double bladed and miss. So yeah, I know how to use a skip set. Okay, we'll skip everything here. We skipped 2 mobs, so we can skip 3 more in the entire floor. I think this is a tome chest here. Oh, yeah, that's a tome chest. I think I'll max out my shadow color and then I'll do statics, fame. Yeah, it's a good idea. Max out the shadow color, go to statics for the fame, and you can put the fame credits into non-artifact weapons to boost your artifact weapon damage. That's what I did in this server when I started playing shadow color. So I got all of these maxed, not this one and this one. Everything else is 100. I think this is purple. I hope it's more gonna Fang. Let's see which one it is. Fang, nice. It's fine, that boss is a joke. What happened? Wait, why did they reset? Bro, this game is so weird. I was just fighting them here and they reset out of nowhere. Ah, so annoying. Okay. If the fight was just continued at that point, we would only be fighting the boss now and all of the mobs would be dead. But the game decided to reset everything. So here we go, I guess. No, let's not aggro the boss this time. This guy. We'll clean out the trash mobs before the boss. First purple chest of the day. And it's only, what, the 3rd dungeon? So, not really bad. Just have to wait for the boss and yeah, start blasting. Okay, I think if I de-aggro this guy, the boss will de-aggro. Let's test that. Yeah, see? Even if I de-aggro one mob in the pull, the boss will be gone. That's a really weird bug. They have to fix that shit. She's got a cultist sandals too. Hers are much better though. They do fuck ton of damage. A lot of spells that players use are just a different version of the spells used by mobs in the game. I think that's really cool. Makes it more immersive, I guess. I want to interrupt the dash. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can. That's so cool. I interrupted and walked out of the way just in case the interrupt failed. But it did actually interrupt. Do you think normal... Oh, wait. As soon as I look at the chat, it decides to bash my head in. At where's the chat? Do you think normal curse staff can beat most builds in PvP? It's pretty good. It's not the best. Okay. 500k? That's insane. Really nice loot. One of the better ones. So how much did we get so far? First dungeon, 300k. This one's 500. And the second one was really bad with only 100. So that's 900k from 3 dungeons. And how much time was that? Let me check. Less than 1 hour and 900k. It would have been a lot faster if I had used Shadow Collar in the first dungeon too, instead of messing around with the Blood Moon Staff. But it is what it is. We got a really good profit. Let's stash. Which is better, 5.4 SC with 10% ability damage, 100 IP, or 8.4 clean? 8.4 is way better. 5.4 only gets better when you have maximum lifesteal on it and ability damage, so you can boost the ability damage from Stalker Jacket, not only the Shadow Collar. So if you have ability damage and lifesteal on a 5.4, it will be better than 8.4. But to be fair, 8.4 and a really high enchanted 5.4 will cost around the same. So you don't have to bother with a awakening if you don't want to. Curse Staff's really easy to counter in PvP. Yeah, it's pretty easy to counter in PvP if the user is not very good at the game. But if you use it properly, you can bait out a lot of counters for it. So do you know you can interrupt the casting of the Curse Staff's E-spell? So when the E-spell for the Curse Staff, this is channeling. It has a small channeling time, right? The 0.5 seconds. If you press S while channeling that, you will stop channeling the spell and it will not go on cooldown. And as soon as people see the channel, like when you lift up the Cursed Staff, people will use the counter spell. It's a cleric cowl or a cleric robe. So you can do that to bait out their so-called counters, and sometimes the counter will be dodge roll, which is just
Made a profit?
bad. It can dodge roll and block one cursed E-spell, and when they proc the dodge roll, you can just use your boots to run away and they won't have any mobility to catch you. You can just decide when to fight when they're on dodge roll because they have no mobility, and that's just a death sentence. There's very few builds that can outright kill Curse Staffs without contest. If the Curse Staff is a competent player, of course. Yellowstone Abbey or Solo Dungeons? Abbey has better loot without any question. If you do Solo Dungeon for an hour, you'd probably get 30k. But Abbeys, you can get up to 1 million in the same time. Did not know that. If you're talking about the Curse Staff, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that you can stop spellcasting with the S button. So if you're moving like this and if you press S, you'll just stop. Right? There's a lot of actions that you can stop with S. Look at this. Look at my character just limping. If you spam click S, you can do that. There's so many things, like so many small interactions that are missable by a lot of players. And this interaction is not even possible in mobile, I think. I don't know for sure, but I don't think it's possible on mobile. Oh, that reset. Thought it would have a bigger leash. Oh, the lag. It always lags in the perfect moment. Like when I'm about to die. Here's WSD to move. That's just psychotic. I'm sorry to say that. Why would you do that? That's such a downgrade from the mouse. In this game. Not every game, but for this game. I tested it once when it came out, the feature, and never went back. So bad. Didn't I use this? Oh, there we go. Use both. But I don't know why you would use WSD. How do you cast your W spell then? And your helmet spell? You have to rebind them. Yeah, see? Why? Why go to all that trouble? WSD is not worth it. Ah, so sad. Spacebar is also really nice to auto attack with. Oh, space is your boots. Okay. Space being related to boots makes sense. Like, usually in games it's used to jump, right? I don't think I'll die in 10 seconds, so let's just do it. Or will I? See, in situations like this, you should not panic and go in to use the ice spell early. If I did that, I would get nuked by the ice bombs and I would have been dead by now. What build would you use on Elazone Abbey? Fast clear and escape, because there's a lot of sweaty 8.4 there. Well, the only solution is to become a sweaty 8.4 yourself. But if you want to ignore them and run away, go with something with a lot of mobility, like Bear Paws is good, Double Bladed Staff, Battle Axe. Really nice builds. Also, the Abbey mobs are really easy to kill, so you can literally pick a really high mobility weapon and stick with it. Is it really profitable, like your weapons cost 100 million and you get 30k to 100,000 from chests? Well, yeah, it is. If you look at my 8.4 build here, I only got my money with soloing group dungeons. I did not do any other activity to fund this activity. So if you keep doing this, it will be worth it eventually. It's like a long-term investment. Definitely not for new players. This is not a activity that should even be possible by all rights, but we are just brute forcing our way through it. And a build like mine is overkill. It's not necessary. My build is over 100 million, I think. Yeah, my build is 120 million. It's not needed. You can use a really nice 30 million build. That will work fine. You also get a lot of fame. Yes, get a lot of fame too. Being able to do statics with this set is the best fame farm in the game. Oh, that should be a blue chest or a tome chest. Hope it's a blue. It is a double boss either way. Yeah, it's a tome. I will actually do the tome chest. Do you know how I maxed out my Blood Moon staff? I used 5000 tier 1 tomes I got from doing group dungeons. I have enough tier 1 tomes in my bank tab to max out an entire weapon tree in spec. Not the level 100 stuff. I can get 100 spec on an entire weapon tree with just books. I can show that to you after this dungeon. I'll show you the collection. People memed about me being librarian in the early days when I showed that to them. So never skip these tier 1 tome chests. They will absolutely stack up over time. Absolutely worth doing. People, really do not understand the utility of being able to click a button and get 1,000 fame. They'll say go and kill a mob, that's 1,000 fame. But you can't kill mobs as fast as you can open books. See, that's 41,000 fame. What's back here? This is new. Oh, a new secret boss. It's nice. Oops. Might die here. Yep, was really close. On cooldown. Can you also clear 5.1 grip dungeons with 8.3 build? Yes, you can. This is a 5.1 grip dungeon actually. See, 16% stronger. So if you use a 5.0 map, you'll get a 5.1 dungeon. And 8.3 will work. Depends on the 8.3 gear though, like what build you're using. But oh bro, I can't move. I got panicked a little. Okay, so if you're using the Hellion build, it will be a little slower. But Stalker Jacket will blast through them if you have 100 specs especially. Stacking fame books, nice, do it. 40k. It's really good green chest. Messing around with 3.4 million. Yeah, you'll get it eventually. It's not that hard. Wait, what way should I go? Oh, this way, yeah. They get a little confusing on where to go sometimes. It's so embarrassing how many times I got lost in these dungeons. I suppose that's the point of a dungeon. I'll skip this too. You got 30k when your build costs 120 million. How much did you get from group dungeons in average? So if you just rewind this stream, you don't even have to ask me that. I got 500k in the last dungeon. The one before that was kind of shit with only 100k. And the first dungeon I did, I got 300k. And I skipped a purple chest in the dungeon I got 300k in. So that dungeon was also 500,000. So on average, if you just kill all the bosses properly, you will get 400 to 500,000 per dungeon. Each dungeon takes 20 minutes to clear, 20 to 25 minutes. So you can decide for yourself if it's worth it or not. For me, particularly, I really do not care if it's worth it or not because I have everything in the game. I have a command mammoth in my bank. So I only do these dungeons because I like doing them. And there's really no other reason to it. I don't need silver for anything, literally. My premium is free, so I don't even have to grind for that. Doing them eventually, buying a mammoth. Nice, do it. If you can hold on to your silver and not spend them on random garbage like I do, you can actually buy a mammoth in 1 month or 1.5 months doing this content. And that's playing it very casually, not grinding them all day. If you grind all day, you can get a mammoth in 2 weeks, I guess. I had free premium too, but then Shadow kicked me from program. Shadow? SPI? Oh, you were a creator before. Yeah, they did a purge last month, I think. Last month or 2 months ago. They purged a bunch of inactive creators. Yesterday I did some gathering and wanted to get tier 4, tier 5 logs. Well, it's deforestation, isn't it? They killed all the trees for the city. Well, jokes aside, it's probably bots. It's either bots or the time zone too. So recently they made a change so that if you play on off hours of a server, like when there's not many people online, the resources will also be reduced accordingly. So people can't exploit the lack of people to get more resources. I think that's a really stupid change they did, but that's a thing. So if you're playing on downtime of the server, you'll not have as many resources. Can I do this with a 8.3? Yes, you can. If you have 100 spec. Might have to start streaming. Yeah, do it. I initially did streaming. I mean, I did not plan on doing it. The first video I uploaded, I just uploaded casually. It was a 30-second clip of me crafting a rabbit. That one got a lot of views, like 3,000 views. So I just went with it. I had fun. So the partner program thing is just a side bonus for me. Oh, you don't skin anymore. You have to play on the prime time of the server to get most resources now. It's kind of sad. I know people who stay up all night just because that's downtime and you get more resources because of lack of competition. But they removed that now. Right, I'll read that long comment later after killing these things. Now let's see. If you want to do this content solo, tier 4, tier 5. So Hellion Jacket and Spectre Hood is good for new players because it's a lot safer than this build. But Hellion is getting nerfed every patch now, so I don't really recommend Hellion Jacket anymore. If you use this build, you'll just get used to it eventually. Just face tank some repair builds at the start and get used to it. This build is a lot faster and a lot more efficient in general to play. Hope they change it back. About the activity thing, yeah, I do. I have to test if the resource thing actually affects the loot in dungeons, not just gatherable materials. If it did affect loot, that would be messed up. Why is this guy not moving? Come here. There we go. Respawn rate is slow, for example. Oh wait, I'm dying. Yeah, let's go. Respawn rate is slower, for example. Earlier it was 5 minutes, 4.3 resources. Oh yeah, they reduced. I mean, they increased the respawn rate because the bots were camping it again. Gathering was ruined so hard by bots. Like every aspect of it is really bad now. So I can use your build with 8.3. Yes, you can use my build with 8.3. But you need 100 specs. Just because you have 8.3 doesn't mean you can do it. That's also true for the Hellion Jacket these days. Used to be you can just use a random tier 6.3 Hellion with no spec and clear dungeons. But they nerfed the Hellion so many times. And every time they nerfed it, it was a big nerf too. So if you want group dungeons solo, you have to be 100 specs. I always stand on too many attacks while talking to chat. Splits my focus. I think it's the ghost boss. If it is, that's pretty easy. Oh no. Yep. I forgot. I forgot they throw stones at you. $100 specs on all cursed staffs? No. I don't have 100 specs on all cursed staffs. See? Only 100 on the weapons and armors you are using, and also 100 on the non-artifact items in the tree will be great. 100 on just the stuff you use is the prerequisite of doing it. After that, branch out into getting 100 spec on non-artifact items of the tree. So for example, for Shadowcaller, you have to get spec on the normal cursed staff and the great cursed staff, I think. Normal, great curse, and demonic staff. These three are non-artifact items, and boosting spec in these will boost item power across the whole tree by a lot. So after you hit 100 on Shadowcaller, go to this. Do the same on armors too. For example, you're using Stalker Jacket now, right? So hit 100 on Stalker, and after that get 100 on Mercenary. What's the other one? Assassin Jacket and Hunter's Jacket. Those are the non-artifact leather items. And this is the easiest boss in the entire game. Some solo dungeon mobs are harder than this boss. They really need to buff this boss or just delete it. This is such a pathetic thing. It's just a solo dungeon mob with a huge health bar. Does no damage. Right, let's see. 370k. So let's see how much we have in total. Really nice loot. It's not just one expensive item that's carrying the loot. It's a spread. Really nice, good loot. 440k. Almost 500k in this one. So that's the 5th dungeon or the 4th one. First dungeon we had 300. Second was 100. Third was 600. And the 4th is 400. So on total, I think that's 1.3 million in 4 dungeons. Let's go do one more. It's really good silver farm. 447,000. And 200,000 in silver pickups in the 4 dungeons we did. Really nice. So if the loot is 1.3 with silver pickups, that's 1.5 million. And the faction points are probably 200k in silver translation. 200 or 300k. Really nice loot. If only the second dungeon was actually good. $1.4 million just in loot. So this is the library I told you guys about. Let's take out all of the garbage stuff. These are focus potions. And these are learning point tomes. Yeah, they are learning points. So this is the fame books. 132 tier 8 fame books. Each one gives you 200,000 fame. So that's 200 into 132. 100,000 fame each. We have 373 of those. And yeah, this. Almost 3 stacks of tier 3. 2.5 stacks of tier 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of tier 1. Enough fame to level up an entire tree with learning points. It's insane how much they stack up. So don't skip those tier 1 tome chests when you see them. Map tier 5 dungeons or random 5.1 group dungeons. They're both the same thing. Exactly same.
Trade? Come again.
So the problem with finding random 5.1 dungeons is, finding them in the map. Maps will save you time, and dungeons are free, but they take time. So it depends. Maps are like 30k, who cares? Just buy them. Show your reputation to the faction. I don't think it's that high. It's enough to buy the faction mount. Where's it? Faction, not that. Faction warfare. I'm a paladin. 4 levels above me. That's it. I don't do faction farming actively, so faction level is really low. But if I want to, I can push that up. It's really nice to increase your faction standing too, because the higher your standing is, the more points you get for the same amount of work you do. Three portions should be enough. Oh, let's kill this guy. $1,200. I'll take that. Those guys drop really huge drops sometimes. Oh, look at this, a holy staff farming in gathering gear. At least get a better weapon if you're on gathering gear to farm dungeon mobs. I mean open world mobs. And my spells did not even run out before they died. I don't know if these things actually count as mobs. I have to test it sometime. Ooh, big pull. Incredible AI buffing these mobs instead of the ones aggroed. Oh, I missed the buff circle. How did I do that? Alright, I messed up. That was so stupid. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I hit the mob. What happened? Maybe it moved while I pulled the other guys. Okay, let's just kill this. That is a green chest. So we can maybe skip that. Hey, tome. Nice. Sometimes these tomes are more valuable than the chests. The green ones. 10-second cooldown. Not bad. I think I can manage. So I'm coming here to pull the lightning mesh closer to melee mobs. And after that we can just blast them all at once. There we go. Did you or do you swap gear for bosses? Depends on the boss. There's only 1 or 2 bosses that I need a swap for. And every other boss, if I cannot kill with this build, I cannot kill with any other swap. Some bosses can be killed with Mercenary Spectre. And if you can't kill with that, just give up. All of the legendary bosses too. The 5th floor ones, you have to swap for them. This build cannot kill the 5th floor legendary bosses. And of those 5th floor legendary bosses, the only boss I cannot kill solo is Shadow Mask. Every other boss I can kill solo. I want to do a in-depth guide on swaps for bosses, but in order to demonstrate those builds, I need to find those bosses. That will be the most annoying thing ever. I imagine trying to walk through entire dungeons to find a specific boss you want for the video, and you never find them when you're looking for them. It'll take hours if I try to do that video. That's the only reason I haven't done it yet. What swap do I use? Depends on the boss. So most of the bosses, if I cannot kill with this set, I'll just go and get Spectre Hood, Mercenary Jacket. That should be enough. If that still is not enough, instead of Shadow Collar, I will use a Druidic Staff. If still it's not enough, I give up. There is not a single boss that I need a Druid Staff to kill. If I can't kill a boss with Shadow Collar, Druid won't help. You just cannot kill that boss. You only saw 1/5 floor boss and that was Shadow Mask. Well, that sucks. If you're solo. If you have a good team, Shadow Mask is not that hard to kill. But all mechanics included, Shadow Mask is the hardest group dungeon boss in tier 5 zones. So this is the 5th dungeon. I'm hoping for a really nice dungeon to round it off. I want 600k from this. If I do, that will be 2 million silver total. In how much time? Let me check OBS. 1.5 hours. So that's a little over 1 million per hour. I should have went back to kill that Morgana Raven in the first dungeon. I don't know why I got so lazy. Two tomes this dungeon, nice. These tomes used to be worth a lot more money back then. Like 30,000, 31,000 for one book. Now they're worth 15,000. There were so many peoples who had investments in the tomes that just went bankrupt overnight when what's the update called? It's the update where open world mobs got massively buffed. That's when the loot dropped on tomes. Oh, I cannot move. It's really bad if you get blended in the water attack. I thought I dodged that, but whatever. Why is a lightning mage using a root spell? This I never understand in this game. Like why? Lightning mage using roots. $40k, not bad. Green chests have been very good today. Is the heretic overseer possible to kill? Which one is the overseer? Is it the one with the whip? If it's the whip guy, you need the mercenary jacket to kill him. Yeah, the whip guy can be killed easily with a mercenary jacket. You should get a set like mine after you have premium. So you'll have rewards when you use a set like mine. So if you do group dungeons without premium, the loot will be halved and your investment will be half as effective. But if you do get premium first, whatever way you got the premium in the first place, like the silver farm you did, will be more effective and you'll be able to get a set like mine faster. So focus on premium first, then get a nice set. And I don't think you'll be able to get a set like mine in like 4 or 5 months. This set is 120 million. If you're a newer player, you should ideally start with crafting. Go into something like food crafting or armor crafting first. Build up your economy and do group dungeons later. I mean, at the end when you don't have to worry about investing your silver into anything like premium or crafting. Yep. If I dodged there without using the ice spell, I would have died. So I had to use the ice spell and take 1 or 2 hits. Always get surprised by this mob's damage. Sometimes they just decide to kill you out of nowhere. Right, another 40k green. I'd be very happy with that. Hey, nice. It's not 40, but still. If the green chest goes over 25 or 30,000, I will not complain about it at this point. I think they should just delete those things from the game too. But as long as it's above 30, I'm fine with it. When I play this build, I don't even notice the regeneration. They just melt so damn fast. Approximately how much longer it takes now after the update to clear dungeons? One, I haven't done enough dungeons to clearly say that. Two, I did not time it precisely on how many dungeons I did. But I can say, at the worst case scenario, it's taking 2 minutes longer. That's the worst case scenario. I don't think it's even noticeable at my build. But for people using lower tier sets, might be 2 or 3 minutes longer. It's not bad. Oh, Arthas again. We'll have to skip the boss. Screw this. Now let's go back home and tally the loot. How much do I have? 120. Yeah, 2 dungeons were really bad. Maybe that chest will have like 100k, but fighting this guy for that is not worth it. That's a guaranteed repair bill. Just do it without showing me that it's 50k, man. I'll not want to do it if you show it to me. I think I lost at least 10-20 million silver on that stupid teleport button. It makes no sense as to why it should cost 60,000 almost to teleport half a zone. Oh, that's a legendary mist. I'm taking that. Let's go, boys. See what we get. I wanted to just tally the loot, but would be really dumb to skip a legendary mist. And it spawned right in front of my face too. Let's go, let's go. Do you play American server? This is the American server. This is my main server. Do you not see the 300 ping on the bottom corner? That's the American server trademark. Oh, I thought I had the blue sprint. Muscle memory. That's what I usually use in Yellow Zone Mists. Come on, die already. I want to change the sprint. Yeah, I play on 300 ping. That's why sometimes I just miss skill shots and get clapped by mobs randomly. It happens very rarely though. It's not bad. What? See, that's a ping thing. You see me teleport out and get teleported back into the AoE. Things like that happen when you're on 300 ping, but mostly you don't even notice it. Again, I dodged that stupid spell. Everything that takes less than half a second to adjust, those are the things affected by ping. Where's the chest? I thought it was over there. It's somewhere down here, apparently. Let's go and check it out. Where is it? Why can't you just create the stuff to me? I mean, stuff to my inventory. I cleared the damn park. Yeah, it's a tome chest. Of course. Legendary mist. So one camp there and one more there. Oh, before we do this, let's check. 240k. That tracks with how much each dungeon gives. It's usually around 40k. Oh, okay. Nameless hero. How much is this? It's a tier 7 mob. Get fucked, you're not a group dungeon boss. You can't deal with this. The same guy in group dungeons would be such a pain. What is your device? I'm playing on a laptop. It's the HP Pavilion gaming laptop. And I dodged that. 200,000 fame? Bro, that's nuts. Let's get the combat log. Almost 60k silver pickups, 220k fame. Insane. For killing a random mob. He also gave me like 60k or 40k in loot, I think. You also have the windscreen problem. Oh, widescreen problem. I don't even know what that is. What's the widescreen problem? You cannot see widescreen like in the PC monitor. Well, I never tried to put the game in widescreen. Why would you do that? Oh, what's that loot? Man, it's a legendary chest. Come on. I mean a legendary mist. That is a blue chest though. I have to explore the mist for the mist animals after killing that thing. I mean, killing the camp. I think you can set it to widescreen. I don't think that's a problem. Graphics, full screen, widescreen. Yeah, there we go. It's available. What GPU? It's the NVIDIA GeForce one. I don't know the number. It's 4GB integrated GPU and 4GB external GPU. Or dedicated GPU. So it's 8GB total in graphics card performance. It's pretty good. This game runs in 150 FPS if I have good ping. And not streaming. And not having a Chrome tab in the background. It's enough. Chrome eats so much RAM, it's insane. I don't know why Chrome needs that much RAM and CPU performance. Such a performance hog. Chrome. Why did I say Rome? Another blue chest. So let's see if we can find those artifact animals. That'd be really nice money. What? We go full speed ahead. If this starts closing, I'll just leave. This guy has a Spectre jacket too. Bro, it's melting me. What? I did not think I had to dodge that. Just a random trash mob. God damn. I really like doing mists. Can never tell what they have. Kill the stag. You want to make content and Albion but don't know what language to do. Well, I went for English because it's more popular worldwide. Right? You can go with any audience you want. There's a lot of people who don't speak English or Indian languages in Albion's community, so you know, at the end of the day, it should be good based on what you're comfortable with. If you force yourself on something you don't want to do or don't like to do, it will not come out good. So just do whatever you feel is good. Make some videos on both languages or any language you like. See what gets more views. Do your own research. Take your time. Don't have to hurry. I did not plan any of the stuff I did. I just did. And that's another thing about YouTube. It's like 80% luck. It's not any special skill. It's 80% luck and 10% just good footage quality. And yeah, the rest is the creator, basically. That's another really scary thing about YouTube, is that it's not very skill dependent. So regardless of your video's quality, you can just never get coverage sometimes. Did you quit EU server? No, I did not. Oh, 80k. Really good. So I'm playing on West because I have a lot of money here and I'm testing the Blood Moon Staff and other group dungeon builds with Stalker Jacket. If I do this stuff on EU, that will completely drain my bank. Here I can just throw away a few dozen million without really feeling it. I have to get back on crafting in this server. How did I make most of my money? So when I made my silver, my initial silver in the West server, solo dungeons were really good in those days. So I used to do tier 6 solo dungeons from Carlion. That used to give me more money than group dungeons are giving me now. And that was really easy content too. So it's just luck at the end of the day again. $600k from a random box in the ground. That's why you don't skip legendary mists. God damn. 4 minutes. I really want to find a artifact beast in this 4 minutes. Let's hope I find it before the time runs out though. Is that a Brazilian portal? Yeah. Let's keep going. I explored all of this area. Now I have to explore this and this. There were two coffers in two corners. We went to this corner and this corner, so I'll check this corner too. Soul Beijing guides were good for that time. Yeah, they were really good for that time. For these days, it's very outdated. I used to watch a lot of videos too from Soul Benji back then. Really nice videos for that time. He went more and more insane over the time went past though. And let's just check this area and we'll be done with it. Like here. We have 2 minutes. Let's just walk around, take a trip. Oh, died faster than I thought it would. I'll go a little north. Don't think I went this way. I'm the one who killed this thing for sure. And those solo dungeons in those days were insane. Like do a tier 5 yellow zone dungeon, you'd get 200, 300,000 and this dungeon should be done in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. I used to use the Spectre Jacket crossbow build. Just walk through the mobs without even hitting them. They die. Those were the good old days. I think that's like 3 years ago now. And premium was 8 million or 9 million. How much is it now? Where do you check premium? Here, 27 million. It went up 20 million. That's absurd. 27 million for premium. Oh, arena. I'll do it later. Been playing for a while now. Think I'll just stop. Bro, purple mist. Just as I was about to stop. Come on, let me go game. See how much we get in that. I've been getting very lucky for no reason. 1, 2, 3, 3 camps. So let's go. After clearing the camp, we go like this and explore this area. Let's go, let's go. We just got 700k from, not 700, 600k from a legendary mist. Let's see what we get from the purple. Okay. Shiny mobs make it a lot faster. For the size of this camp, it's going very fast. These big ones usually take a little bit more time. Let's keep going this way. Or should have saved the pierce for that guy. Never mind, let's just kill him fast. Do I even need to kill this guy? Yeah, I have to. Blue chest. How much is that? 48. Yeah, not bad for blue. Oh. Let's see that. I wish I was on my mercenary set though, if I want to contest for PvP potentially. I have to unequip the crypt candle if the fight seems anywhere near close in terms of IP. I hope this is a gatherer. This poor man is role playing a knight. See, I respect the dedication to the role, but this build is garbage. I can't even see the stats these days in Mists. I really don't like the stats are not viewable. Is he on Giant? No. Good. At least he knows that much. Hey, green chest. Not great. Oh, that's great. I take it back. That's a green chest. 80k? Insane. Okay, let's take the long route to this camp so we might find those mist animals or good stuff in general. The only place where you want to take long routes, the mist. Oh, I'm on the PvP spell now. That's fine. Don't even need the Q spell. I think that's a purple chest. And I was wrong. I was really, really wrong. That's a green. And it's a tome. Boy, was I wrong. Okay, we have already checked this way and this way. All that's left is this route, and after that we can just leave. I'm done with this. I really don't like playing Albion for more than 2 hours at a time. I just can't stand it. It was a really nice session of Albion though. We got nice loot. We got some good dungeons. You've been playing for 3 months? That's not very long. But still, Albion is a really complicated game. It's not that any one activity of Albion is really complicated. There's a lot of small systems that are not complicated, just layered on top of each other. That's what makes it a little hard to keep track of. So even players with months of experience don't know what to do sometimes. Hey, purple chest. 120. That's what you'd like to see from purple. Yeah, let's just go around, see if we can find artifact animals or random treasure coffers. This is the only area I haven't explored yet. If I see a abbey, I'm skipping it. I'll just tell you guys right now. Do you ever gather? Absolutely not. That's the most tedious thing ever, especially in this game. I used to gather a lot in New World. That game had one of the best gathering systems in the genre. There were times when I was just chopping trees and the whole night would pass. I used to start chopping at like 11 o'clock in the night, and before I realized it, it would be breakfast time. So much fun. New World lumberjack trade. Still play New World? Bro, that game is so dead. And the ping is so bad for our region. That's why I don't play it. The ping and dead population. Yeah, the sound design in New World, top tier. I haven't ever saw any other game do it like that. I play a lot of Elden Ring, and that game does not have sound design like that. Music is uncomparably better in Elden Ring, but the sound in combat and gathering, it's not even close. I mean, Elden Ring does not even have gathering. But so, what are your guys' favorite games ever? Like all-time best game you ever played? Mine is Elden Ring. I haven't played a game better than that. Such a nice game. You always feel like you're a main character in a movie playing Elden Ring, or you feel like a victim getting destroyed by the bosses. It's 50-50 that game. Never played Elden Ring? Bro, Elden Ring is at least 10 times better than Albion. Try it if you haven't already. One of the best games of this decade. It even won Game of the Year. And people are saying the DLC released for Elden Ring is going to win Game of the Year. It's that good. Watch some videos on Elden Ring if you don't know that game. Really, really hard, but amazing game. So cinematic everywhere. And the story for Elden Ring is written by George R.R. Martin. So you can expect the story to be top tier. Same guy who wrote Game of Thrones. Heard many things good about it. Yeah, it's amazing. I still play Elden Ring. I tried posting Elden Ring videos on this channel. They got like 10 views, so I gave up. But if Elden Ring actually took off properly in this channel, I would not be playing Albion now. That game is just so much better. Not even close. See how I told you guys that I can't stand playing this game for more than 2 hours or 3 hours. I can play Elden Ring all day. And the funny part is, if you get stuck on a boss fight, it will take you like 4 or 5 hours on just that one fight, and you just keep going. It's not even anything new or how do I call this? Like, it's very repetitive in fighting that one boss for 4 hours if you get stuck on that boss, but it won't feel boring. You'll learn something new about the boss every time you fight it. Well, I guess that's it for this mist though. It's already been swept clean. We got all of the points. I sweep the entire zone. I don't find any artifact animals, so I guess I'll just leave. Let's go back and do a tally though. So I got 120k from the group dungeon I did before the mist. So I have to exclude that. Usually don't get this lucky in mists. Like a legendary mist and a purple mist spawning right next to each other. That's very rare. Want up? When there will be giveaways. I don't think I can do giveaways on live streams. I have to test my software on that. Actually made the giveaway code random picker myself. I haven't tested it on live streams. There'll be giveaways every time I post a video though on the comment sessions. Okay, let's do a final tally on loot. Tomes and loot. So there is 1.2 million here. I mean 1.4 million here, and I got 120k from the last group dungeon I've done, which was pretty bad. If you add that up, that's 1.5 million. A little over 1.5, but let's round it down. 1.5 here and 300 something here. Yeah, 300k here. So 1.7 million total from 5 group dungeons. And in those 5, we have skipped a purple chest. So that purple chest potentially could have been 500k. And I could have killed that boss. I just left it because I was lazy. So yeah, almost 2 million silver if I actually did that boss. But I did not do it. So there we go. It took like how much time? 2 hours, but the last 40 minutes were just walking around in the mist. I got 1.2 million in 40 minutes or 30 minutes in the mist. Maybe I should make a video on this instead of group dungeons. It was an insanely lucky run. So there you guys have it. 2 hours and 20 minutes total time spent on the live stream. And we managed to get 2.5 million. If you include faction points, the silver pickups, everything, I think that's 3 million. So all in all, that was a great session. So yeah, that's it for the stream, guys. Consider becoming a member if you want to support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment in one of my videos, not the stream, to enter into giveaways, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.